Sure was a clickbait title, huh? Well, don't worry, I'm going to show you everything in the first minute and a half. So, Chest of the Mundane is what I'm talking about. It's basically your bag of holding. It weighs 40 pounds, but anything you put into it converts to about 0.1 or 1 pound, depending on which what item it is. So you'll see right now I'm at 240 out of 280 weight capacity. Let's go ahead and put all these items into this. And there's a little bug going on right now. We'll move that. There we go. Drops down to 175 out of 280. And all the items in here just become little, mundane items, hence the Chest of the Mundane. And taking them out reverts them back to their normal state. So you can use this thing to really help you out in storing everything. So the real question is, where do you get it? So I'm going to quickly show you where to get it, and then after that, I'm going to go into approaches on how you can get it and everything. I just don't want to waste a lot of your time. So let's jump into how and where you get it. You'll want to go here to the Arcane Tower, which is just south of the beach in the Underdark. Now, if you're into Act 2, you cannot go back to this point until I think a very certain point in the game. But as it stands, if you're in Act 1, go ahead and go on over here. You'll head on over to the Arcane Tower, and you'll go right to this little balcony right there. Right there. And you hover over, you'll have to open this door, and you'll see the Chest of the Mundane. So that's really the entirety of this video. I'm going to show you how to navigate these arcane turrets in case you've never done this. But if that's all you wanted to know, just wanted to get kind of the down and dirty, go ahead and feel free to shut the video on down and go get your bag of holding. It does weigh 40 pounds, like I said, but anything you put into it, you can infinitely store, as it will constantly just make it so you can have tons and tons of heavy items in your game. If you are heading out, please don't forget to like, comment, and or subscribe. Every single one of those things does help me out in an absolute huge way. You can jump to any part of this video that interests you the most using the chapters in the timeline in the description. I've set kind of how we're going to be approaching this into chapters, so you can kind of jump ahead to break into that chest if you see fit. And on top of it too, please don't forget to check me out on Twitch, where I do stream Baldur's Gate and plenty of other games in the future here. But let's get started here on how to get your Chest of the Mundane. So there's a lot of ways to navigate the Arcane Tower. You can use stealth, you can dash, you can jump, you can do potion invisibility, all that action, and I'll show those things off when we get there. But one of the cooler ways to do it, or probably the ways that's a little bit more manageable, is using the Susser Blossom. Now you'll get here by going to the Susser tree in the Underdark, and as just a kind of frame of reference of where we're at, here is the Selenite Outpost. Here's the beach that we talked about where the Arcane Tower is just south of, and then the Susser tree is over here. If you've not done this tree, I'm not going to spoil anything, and I'm going to try to keep this entire video as spoiler free as possible. There is a fight you will have to do with this tree. That's all I will say. But you're going to want to go ahead and pick these up. And when you pick them up, it'll tell you, hey, this has got an anti-magic field on it. A Susser tree flower is draining the character of its magical energy, preventing it from casting spells. So basically, this is how it's going to work on the arcane turrets, and I'll show you exactly how to do that. But you want to navigate around this area. I think there's a total of 3 or 4. You'll see just the one down here. There's one over in the beginning portion around this area over here. I think I threw it on the ground because I was scared of it. I was like, no, thank you. But you'll come up here. Oh, I put it in my bank. I gotta go grab it. And there's another one up here and another one over there. So there's a total of 4. So just these 2 right here, this one down here in this area that you saw when we first started the video up, and then right over here is where the other one is. So grab all 4 and head back to the Arcane Tower, Sanctuary, whatever, Arcane Tower. Back at the Arcane Tower, let's see how to navigate this. So what I've done is I've taken all 4 of the Susser Blossoms and broken them onto individual ones. It just makes it a little bit easier trying to navigate everything. And you can do this again a number of ways. You can go ahead, type into the top here, invisibility. I could use a scroll of invisibility or a potion of invisibility or my own sneaking capabilities and try to navigate this whole thing. Conversely too, you can just look over at these guys, press T, if you didn't know is inspect basically, and it allows you to see that they are super weak to lightning. So you can basically shock these things and they'll explode and you'll be good to go. So you can fight your way through, you can sneak your way through, you can do a bunch of different ways and approaches for this, but I think this is probably the coolest, easiest, fun, most puzzly way. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but it's very fun. So let's go ahead and do this. We're going to enter turn-based mode, and now I'm just simply going to dash. You see this line? That's basically this line of sight, right? So I can go right here and then go around it. I can try to just dash directly to it. And I'll just show you what happens if you dash directly to it. You don't really have to get right on top of this guy. So right up next to him. Okay, we'll just go ahead and take your pot shot. I thought he would wait until his turn, but he's rude. And we'll take one of these little blossoms and just chuck it. There you go. It shuts it down. So you're going to do this now for every single one of these turrets that you see. Like so this, it shuts it down. We come back around over here. Do the same thing. Take a blossom. Well, I guess I can't see. There you go. There's another one. I mean, if you don't enter turn-based mode, you'll just take hits, so you might as well just enter turn-based mode. And you're good to go right there. Now you're going to come to this final area with this doorway. And it's going to be a lot of the same. We're going to go ahead and lockpick it real quick. God, it's so great being a bard. Okay, it's not that great being a bard. Clearly fucking terrible class. Roll again. This video is instruction. It's amazing being a bard. I can't recommend it to anyone. I will never recommend being a bard. Please make a bard. Oh, it's so good. It's so good being a bard. I can't tell you how great it is. This video is an instructional video on how not to play a bard. There you go. See, just one roll, you get a success. You don't have to go through 3 failures like I do, hopefully. I hate my life. Pop this door open. And we're going to enter turn-based mode again, just to make sure that we don't deal with anything. Go through here. And we're going to dash. And this guy's going to have sight on us right there. So we'll go, we should be good right here. I'm probably wrong, but we'll see what happens. And toss another one. Nope, I didn't make it. There we go, we made it. And exit turn-based mode. Gonna come over to this door, open it up. Walk on in. And there you go. I can feel its magic. So we just actually used one of the anti-magic fields in this to remove its magic. So if I throw this thing away, this is gonna mess with this thing. There we go. It goes back to being its normal awesomeness. There we go. Didn't even know it did that. This game is so diverse. See all those items? Back to being just normal plates. Take all. Did that just transform? And then just pick this bad boy up. Now that we've got the chest, let's show off how it works. Again, one more time. Just simply, we're at 172 of 420. We'll drop this heavy sword into here, and this into here, and wait, it's heavy. Stuff's all heavy here and there. That's just dropping it significantly with every single one. And you just simply press take all and it brings it right back into your bag. Ignore this. It seems to have a really big bug with the weight capacity thing, but it definitely is working. You're not going to lose your items. You can use it to store junk if you're really scared of it, but it's a really awesome way to basically get a bag of holding in a Baldur's Gate 3. And if you have any other cool little tricks and tips on how to get this, go ahead and let me know in the comment section below. Or if you've used the Chest of Mundane and you want to say, hey, yeah, this is how I'm using it, or this is what I'm doing with it, please, by all means, share any and all information. I always love when you guys give tips to each other. It is a good way to play. If you know of any other cool little things like this, though, please do let it be known in the comment section below. Trying to give people tips and so they don't miss these things in their playthrough. Like I personally, I have a character that doesn't have the highest strength roll. So having a Chest of the Mundane really helps out in being able to fill it with a bunch of crap so that I'm not constantly encumbered. So hopefully this helps you guys out in navigating your inventory management. As always, though, thank you so much for watching here today. Have a good one and take care.